Alright, y'all, let's get it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bruh. I just been locked in like crazy as of late, bruh. And the main reason for that is because I put down all the distractions, bro. I got to thinking, like, what have I been spending a lot of my time on? Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, I'm a big advocate of playing video games, but as of late I've been playing video games and I noticed how much time I've been able to actually capture back and invest it into things like this, or production company, or, you know, time with like my girl and my family and stuff like that. It's been pretty cool because I haven't been cooped up in my room playing video games, and I was able to just put it towards all like things that matter in life, to be honest with y'all. And I'm not saying like I'm not gonna just stop playing video games, because that's never the case. But what I am saying is like putting in consideration how much time I'm spending on the video games, because it's like literally with anything, like a lot of us nowadays are stuck on our phones and we're doing this endless scrolling on TikTok or Instagram and things like that, looking at other people's lives. But then you're sitting there thinking like, damn, bro, I wish my life would get better. But how are you gonna do that if you're looking at other people's lives? You feel me? You gotta understand that you gotta put in forth effort in order to get to where you want to be. You can't sit here and talk about it every single time and just think it's just gonna poof magically like some fucking fart in the wind, because that's never gonna be the case. A lot of entrepreneurs that I have met with and talked with, they always told me that it will take time. Nothing's gonna come overnight. Now, of course, you come out with a popular video and stuff like that, you might get that overnight, cool. But at the same time, you spend so many hours, so many days, weeks, months on creating content leading up to that point. All it's up to you is to be ready. So you pop off one day, you gotta know how to be ready for that. Because if you're not, then you're gonna pop off for that one video, and then you're gonna see, like I see many creators, you go back to where you started, because you didn't know how to take advantage of that. You got to understand how to be prepared. You got to understand to lock in when you need to lock in. And I'm not lying to y'all, this isn't something that I just, you know, magically started, like, you know, I'm really good at, I'm a guru and stuff like that. No, that's not the case at all, because I can be the first to tell you that, like, I'm 24 years old and I just like figured out, like, bro, this camera stuff is really something I want to do, like documenting my life, giving, you know, words of wisdom and courage to people and things like that. Like, I just started doing that because I found out that was suitable for me. I have tried many things like gaming. I've tried that for many years. I've noticed how much time I wasted on that, but I wouldn't even say I wasted it, because I learned that that's just something I'm not going to invest in. I'm not willing to spend my time or money into that, because I knew it wasn't for me, and I'm actually blessed that I got to do that. I encourage a bunch of people to just try new things, no doubt about it, because whenever you try new things, you're open to the idea of it and you're trying it, but it may not work all the time, and that's fair, because if it's not going to work, then you know in the future, all right, I know, for example, live streaming wasn't the way for me, so I know that's something I'm not going to invest a lot of time in. Will I get back to it? Yeah, but it's going to be more so critique to what I'm doing now. I understand how to do live streaming now, which is great, so I can help my friends do that, and I can do that in the future. But when it comes to spending all my time and effort on trying to live stream, I know that's something that I personally don't like to do, and I know how much time it takes and everything like that. In all honesty, trying new things ain't a bad thing at all. I've done it so many times and I've failed many times, but I figured out, hey, that's just something I don't want to do. And another thing is, you gotta have the right people around you. Can't stress that enough, bruh. Whenever you have people that want to bring you down or bring you in that same cycle that everybody else is doing, which is get home from work, eat, sleep, shit, play video games, do the same cycle over and over like you're in a hamster wheel, bro, you're not gonna get anywhere in life if you keep doing that. You gotta be able to understand and implement what's going on and how you're staying in the same cycle. Every day I look at my schedule and I see, okay, I'm getting home from work, because I still work 9 to 5. I don't do this shit, full time. I get home from work, right? I got to go to the gym. So gym's got to be implemented in there somewhere. But I got to make sure that I just don't go home and just sit on my ass and scroll on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, unless YouTube is a platform to which you're able to gain knowledge for something that you want to do. For example, this. You're watching this right now because you saw it said it's time to lock in. You saw that the video said, if you're watching this, so-and-so, I don't even know what I'm gonna name it yet, it's time to lock in. Because you needed something to boost you up, and there ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Or if you're watching it for, you know, whatever you're trying to do in life, that's cool. Have to understand how many hours you're putting into what you're trying to do. Do not go one day just not thinking about it or doing something towards your goal. You should every single day take some sort of action that gets you closer and closer to what you want to do in life. So for example, I have a pretty busy day, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I put into consideration that if I want to get anywhere for being a big following on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, of doing stuff like this, or you know, like cinematography in general, then I gotta do something today. And you gotta just execute. That's one thing I heard today in this podcast that I was producing for one of my friends. Like, he said, and he's a great entrepreneur, you got to just execute. If you have a date that you marked to do something, and maybe you're not anywhere near close to it, execute it anyways. You're gonna get in that same cycle of, okay, this is the target date, I'm gonna execute it today. But the first time, you may not have all your ducks in a row. That's cool. You still executed that day, and you still put forth effort into what you want to do in life. It could get to a point now where you just keep learning, because that's all life is learning. You're not gonna find out new things without learning and failing. I can't tell you how many times I failed. Me talking to a camera, this is something that I have never been able to do, and I still mess up here and there. Best believe it or not, that I cut a lot of this video up because I mess up sometimes. But I get better and better every single time I press that record button, I'll tell you that for sure. Put yourself around the right people, friends, family, whomever it is that support your decisions and your path to greatness is a big plus, because I have dropped so many people that did nothing but bring me down. I'm a big advocate of having your fun. There ain't nothing wrong with having fun, but you gotta understand how much time you're spending on that quote unquote fun. Because if you're trying to do things in life like create a business, or you're trying to do content for YouTube, become an influencer, things like that, then you gotta put in forth effort to be able to do that. You gotta lock in. If you're thinking, okay, well, I'm young, you know, I got this, that, and the third, travel, love traveling, by the way, fully, you know, obviously do that. But for example, like if you travel, if you want to be a content creator, think of all the things that you can do while you're out there traveling, rather than just blindlessly going out there and, you know, having fun, drinking, partying, things like that. Find some sort of value and put forth effort into it. I always say go have fun, like, because why not? I'm not telling you, hey, just work, and don't talk to nobody, don't do this, that, and the third. I want everybody to have fun. You got to understand how much fun, to a point where you are not putting forth effort in what you want to do in life. That one motherfucker that's been doing the same stuff and on the same pathway of you, that's been putting their head down and working, is going to end up surpassing you. You're going to have to work even harder to where you want to get. Because say you come up with a great idea, but then somebody else, which is more than likely, has the same idea, but they're grinding their ass off to making that idea come into a reality, while you're kind of like putting it on the back burner. Oh, I got this idea, I'm telling my friends, I'm telling them that. You keep doing that and you just think everything is okay and dandy, then it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna come out with that idea. You're gonna look on Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be, and be like, damn, like I didn't get to that first. When all you had to do was spend a few more days or hours or whatever the case may be to actually implement that idea to become a reality. I told my friend the other day, he was telling me about a great idea, and it's a great idea that fits in perfectly. I told him, I was like, listen, I love that you're telling me this, and this is great and all, but I want you to make sure whenever you get home, you're doing something to put forth effort and making that a reality. Because the more you tell people about this idea or plan, one, they might try to take it. You never know people's intentions. And two, you're going to procrastinate so much to a point where you're going to not touch it, and you're just going to be thinking this is the greatest idea ever, and it's not going to ever come true because you never quote unquote got to it. We just got to hold ourselves accountable whenever we realize we didn't spend enough time on our dreams and things that we want to do. Because if you don't hold yourself accountable, you're going to think everything is okay, and you're going to think, oh, I'm ahead of the game, when in all reality you're further behind. Say you didn't do something one day to get you closer to your goal, well shit, you're just gonna have to work even harder the next day to catch up for what you just missed. Because you got to put yourself on that strict calendar, or whatever you want to call it, to say, okay, I didn't do anything that's gonna make me get closer to where I want to be. Thus, I have to put more work into doing that. And there ain't nothing wrong with having one day where you just didn't do anything. That's cool. But still understand that if you're really serious about what you're trying to do, you gotta put a lot of time and effort into it. And this is something that I have been working on avidly. I am not a perfect person. Everything I'm telling you guys, this is stuff that I have done. And this is stuff that I am realizing. This is why I love talking to the camera, because I say it again almost like a slap in my face, like, damn motherfucker, like, you did this stuff, bruh, so don't do it again, or else you're a hypocrite at that point. Like, you're telling people to do this, that, and the third, and you're over here doing the same shit. So it's just like, come on, bruh. So I'm near my destination here soon. It's time to lock in, because whenever you're not putting yourself in that position where it's kind of like it's this or nothing, then you're just not going to take it serious at the end of the day. You're never going to get to it. You may get to it eventually by doing tidbits here and there, which is cool and all. If you want to get to it quicker, which we all do, we all want to have that, you know, not only financial freedom, but also just freedom in general to do what you want to do and love what you want to do, then you got to just take it serious at that point. I love doing these little talks while driving, because I know while driving I get a bunch of my ideas, and I'm pretty much just talk to myself like I have schizophrenia or something like that, whatever you want to call it. But I think I'm gonna continue doing videos like this where we're just spreading words and words of wisdom and stuff like that while I'm driving. I think I'm gonna call it something like Ride Along or whatever. I think Ride Along is pretty cool. That sounds cool. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoy me just talking about topics like this, because I can tell many people about this and it goes one ear not the other. But if I can tell multiple people on a platform, to which at some degree some may have it go one ear not the other, while most take it and they actually implement it, then cool. And mind you, I'm learning just as much as y'all are. I'm just talking because this is stuff I learned. I'm growing with y'all guys. I'm kind of on the same path as y'all. I'm trying to grow this stuff too. So like, you guys witnessing this firsthand, me trying to build this up, should be, you know, evidence like, yo, he's not playing around. And if I don't, then that's just me being hypocritical, and you shouldn't take one word that I just said seriously. All right, to my destination. I hope you guys liked the video. Comment down below if you guys have any questions. I love interacting with people. I feel like a lot of creators, they make it seem like they have too much time to reply to people in the comment section or whatever the case may be. I really want to help people with what they want to do, even if I just give them quick advice or things that I've learned. Now, I'm not a Mr. Know-it-all at all, and that's something I will never take, which is, I know everything, you should listen to me. More so, having a conversation about what you're going through and what you're trying to get to is what's really important to me. I'm gonna have my socials in the description as well, so if you guys want to reach out to me personally, feel free to. I'm open to answering any questions, chatting it up with y'all. I mean, I just love interacting with people, and this helps me get out of my spot of being too much of a quote-unquote introvert and being able to talk to other people and connecting with others. So appreciate y'all, and yeah, catch y'all later. Shit, time to lock in, you feel me?